In Namibia, cheetahs face an uncertain future. Routinely trapped and shot by farmers protecting livestock, this iconic species is under threat.
Cyclops! Come, boy!
15 years ago, British wildlife cameraman Dave Houghton left family and friends behind to join a team fighting to conserve the Namibian cheetah. Dave and his partner, Carla care for more than 80 cheetahs 24/7. Only once every cat is fed and watered can they catch up on their own lives.
I do miss family and friends, but then we have email. It's a lot easier than it used to be in the olden days when you had to write a letter, because I was pretty grim at that.
We used to have a phone that we used to share with 10 other farmers, and with a little windy handle. That was quite difficult to get hold of people, but now, you know, things are a lot better, and I can keep in contact with my family a lot easier.
Many of the cheetahs that Dave and Carla have dedicated their lives to are now being released onto a 40,000-acre reserve.
Photo, action.
We're following their story as they take their first steps towards life back in the wild. Early evening at the base of the Omboroko Mountains in central Namibia. But while the inhabitants of the Okanjima Wildlife Reserve enjoy the sunset, at the clinic, there's an emergency.
Okay.
8 days ago, cheetah cub Quattro was rescued after being hit by a car. X-rays revealed multiple fractures in his leg. But he survived major surgery and finally returned to Africa to begin a lengthy recovery process.
I think he's obviously still a bit traumatized, obviously. I mean, I'm sure his leg's hurting him. That's okay, baby.
3 days ago, rescue and release officer Dave Houghton decided to provide Quattro with some space to move around. It's a decision he's now regretting.
Okay. We put him in this slightly larger area here, and he was just so mobile. He was, trying to climb the gates and everything. And we're really worried that just that extra little bit of mobility he's damaged his legs, and it's a one-off thing. It's a one chance operation, and if he starts breaking bones and pulling the pins out and stuff, it's probably the only option would be to put him down. So I'm a little bit worried. I mean, I've come to change the bandage, and I'm hoping that everything, once the bandage is off, is still solid. It's fingers crossed.
Okay. Quattro's been anaesthetized, and with the help of the Foundation's director, Tristan Burma, Dave will have to remove the bandage to reveal the extent of any damage.
He's been chewing here and along the end. Cheetah flies in my hair.
Quattro's injuries were so severe that 7 screws were needed to realign just one of his fractured bones. After all the hard work, a mishap at this crucial stage of his recovery would be heartbreaking.
This is the moment of truth. Everything feels solid.
Yeah, it does now.
Better look when I take this off. The wounds are not pussy.
In fact, it looks actually really good, huh?
Yeah.
Carla's been steeling herself for bad news.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's really solid. It's all nicely healed.
No. It's not even septic.
No swelling, nothing.
Nothing.
After quite a scare, Dave won't be taking any more chances.
We're going to keep him in crates now. We're not going to let him in there so he moves around. I think things have already started fusing together, and he's got to go back for his follow-up X-ray. So, touch wood, it all stays like that.
As the Foundation's director, Tristan spends much of his time dealing with clients. To get hands-on with the cheetahs is a rare privilege.
You know, these are the things that I think, you know, so many people out there, you know, almost dream about having the opportunity to do. And for me, you know, it's also learning something new every day. So it is a great opportunity to be able to come and help. Nice leg.
How does that feel?
Well, it looks sturdy.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be very happy to put a mirror in his crate.
You can look at it.
You can see.
See what he looks like. I'm very relieved. It's been a whole day of worrying.
Quattro's follow-up with the vets will be in 3 weeks. In the meantime, he'll be confined to quarters. If everything goes well, he can look forward to a possible release here on the reserve. This 40,000-acre site was designed to provide rescued cheetahs with a stepping stone to life back in the wild. Elsewhere in the reserve, other cheetahs are enjoying newfound freedom without the need for human care. The team aims to release 12 more onto the reserve in the coming weeks. Waiting in the wings, 4-year-old male Charlie and his female companion, Trish.
Trish, come!
Charlie was rescued at just 4 months of age and has grown up with human company. But Trish was a year old when she arrived, and she remains wary of people.
Trish has always been a nervous cat, ever since we've had her. She's got a little bit better, but if you go in to try and find the pair of them, you'll more than likely, 95% of the time, find Charlie, but not Trish. She kind of hears you coming and just keeps it out of the way.
Before the cheetahs can enter the reserve, Charlie needs dental surgery to repair a root canal. Dave is here along with Dr. Jose Ruiz to anaesthetize him before transferring him to the clinic, where the rest of the veterinary team are waiting. He's decided to dart Trish as well, so the 2 cheetahs can be released at the same time. The procedure will be stressful for both cats, but Dave is particularly worried about Trish.
Trish is quite a special cheetah for me, really, because she's named after my sister, who sponsored her. Well, every time I come up and see Trish and Charlie in here, it kind of reminds me that I must let her know how Trish here is doing. I can see me SMSing every day once this Trish goes into the reserve. I'm sure she'll be worried and be texting me every 5 minutes as to how she's going.
Both cheetahs have been anaesthetized before and will recognize the dart gun. Dave hopes to get them under before they become too stressed.
I'm going to do Trish first, because she's the more skittish of the 2.
Dave has confined the cheetahs in their feeding area. He needs to get a decent shot into Trish's leg muscle. But Trish seems to know what he's planning, and she won't make it easy.
No, you can't lay like that, girl. She knows.
Dave shoots, but the dart doesn't go in.
Okay, my girl, that's okay.
Trish's instinct is to run, but with nowhere to go, she's already becoming stressed.
It bounced out. I don't know whether she got. I'm going to have to give her some time now. No, I've got to re-dart her, so she's going to be even more switched on as to what's going on, and as soon as she sees me now, she's going to start pacing, which is what I didn't really want. But stop. What can I do?
Dave lines up again. But misses once more.
Don't know whether it hit or it just... I don't know.
Cheetahs are unable to regulate their body temperature under anaesthetic, and Trish is already becoming hot. Darting her now is just too risky.
What's wrong?
No, she's just... I can't dart, can't try. First one bounced out, second one I don't even know if it hit her, but she's just pacing so much now. Panting, I can't go for her anymore. I can see me having a nervous breakdown by the end of the week. It's, you know, it's not good for them, especially, but, you know, it does kind of get me stressed as well. Ay, ay, ay.
Dave decides to turn his attention to Charlie. And thankfully, it's a direct hit.
Okay, it's back off.
Dave will return for Trish once she's had a chance to calm down.
It's okay, my girl, it's okay.
In the meantime, Charlie has an appointment with the dentist.
Oh, you're a fat boy.